Welcome to Raising a Modern Day Knight. I'm Robert Lewis, and this month we have a great dad to encourage you and a great dad challenge to share with you.
Hey guys, I'm Mark Hall from Casting Crowns. Really excited to be a part of Raising a Modern Day Knight. It was several years ago when a friend of mine gave me the book, and I spent some time with that book thinking, man, this is what every dad needs to hear. This is what every dad needs poured into him. Because, you know, we all know big picture stuff. We know we need to pour all these truths into them. We know we want them to be men when they grow up. But we need a plan. And what Raising a Modern Day Knight did for me is it gave me a plan. So what I thought we would talk a little bit about today is responsibility. You know, it's really funny that the guys asked me to talk about responsibility, because when my dad would say the word responsibility, my eyes would just glaze over and I would just start hearing rumbling brooks in the distance, because it would always be the beginning of some big speech, right? But my dad was always trying to pour it into me. I just didn't necessarily hear it that way in talking. I was more of a let's do this together kind of a guy. And responsibility is something that takes patience. It's not like teaching your kid how to tie their shoes a few times and they've got it, or cut the grass in a straight line a few times and they've got it. Teaching responsibility is you've got to stay on it and stay at it over and over again. And then you have good days and you have bad days. It's like you think you're getting somewhere, then you wonder if you've gotten to anywhere, but you got to stick to it because there's nobody else doing this. It's just us dads, right? The thing about responsibility is it builds confidence in your kid, because your son sees, I'm accomplishing something, I'm doing this, this is my thing. And when I have a thing that's mine that I do, and when they're little, it might be as little as making up my bed every day, putting my dirty clothes up, cutting the grass, to bigger things like John Michael, my son's 14 now, and on the road, he started out with just helping fold t-shirts and count things. And it meant so much to him to have this thing that he could do and be recognized for and take some ownership in. But now he's getting to train some volunteers when we talk about adoption to the crowd. And that responsibility and ownership is giving him that man feeling as a kid. And he's starting to see, I've got something that I do. Well, that's something that's not really taught, it's really caught. And it's going to start with these little things, man. It's going to start with making up the bed and putting the socks up and doing all these things. I think when it came to my dad, I remember one big talk we had one time, and his exact words were, you know, if Ricky Wood's dad was to call you and ask you to paint his whole house, you would come over there in a heartbeat and do it. But I can't get you to clean your room. And I thought about that for years, and now looking back on it, part of it is I think we need to make sure that we're giving our sons a chance to start over when they fail, a chance to feel like you're still going to be good at this. Because I think when our kids come home, they see us and they're like, well, they already know me, so it's not really sense in trying. But when they go to a friend's house, they're like, hey, I got a shot at a new personality or a new thing to be known for here, and they kick into gear. So what we've got to harness as dads is a chance to teach them things, hold them accountable for things, but also give them room to start over and celebrate when they start again. That's a big thing with kids, because if they feel like frustration's cool, and I understand, we've got to let them know we're upset about things. But if they feel like we've given up, they'll give up too. Okay, so here's your dad challenge for this month. Start small and start strong. Find a job, something in the house that is going to be theirs. And look, you're going to have to inspect what you expect. So you need to think about what this job's going to be, because if we just spout one off, we won't check on it for 2 or 3 days and find out they haven't been doing it, and then we blow up, right? So we've got to figure out and think this through, let our wife know about it, and pick a job and stay there each day with him until we let it go, until he's doing it. And then at the end of that, always praise him. To him and around him, let other people know that we believe in our sons. So when it comes to responsibility, they'll see that we believe in them when we give them some tasks and let them run with it. I hope that this has encouraged you as much as telling you this is reminding me that I've got to give my son responsibility if I want to raise a modern day knight.
So, are you ready to accept this challenge? Then hit the Dad Challenge button after this video, review it, and when it appears, choose Accept. If you would rather, though, create your own challenge this month, hey, do so. If you need good ideas to help you with this, then go to our Big Wins page and review what other dads have done with their sons. What's important is to do something every month that blesses your son, because that's the path to becoming a great dad, and that's the key to raising a modern day knight.